It's a bloody hope so. So I'm going to try to do is jump into a practice match. Let's see if it will let me do that. Because there's only one of me, so it will probably be like, no, you need more than one. Fuck you. Practice match, fine. Yeah, minimum of 2. Fucking arsehole. Just a practice game, man. Meaningless. Alright, let's see if I can find the drop-in match. I've got, I don't know, like 5 minutes to search. If I don't find them in 5 minutes, then I'll give up and I'll do it again later. Searching for additional teammates. Come on, you can do it, I believe. Searching for a match. So maybe it found some teammates. Now it's just looking for a game. Let's see if there's enough of us to put on another team against. Or if yeah, enough people are playing drop out games or something, I don't know. Drop in, drop out. Oh, match found. Fuck me. Why was it sitting there for 40 minutes before? Yeah, it was about 40 minutes. Pain in the arse, pissing thing. Now it'll like error out of it. Like, oh no, there's too many of you manky cams. Get out of it. Oh no, there we go. So there we go, that's who I'm playing with. A bunch of people who are better than me. One striker, a couple of wingers, and another midfielder who's never going to pass it. So, but it'll give you an idea of how to play with other people in a formation, where to go for space, etc, etc. I'd always say in these training bits, try and work on your long shots. Or first time shooting. Well, it's a better idea to do that than to just practice running at the goalkeeper at full pelt, because you'll never do that in the game.
I'm Derek Ray, your match commentator.
See here from the kick-off immediately, I'm moving back to go to the middle. I don't want to be on that right starting point. Here I'm just shadowing him, I'm marking the space in behind. I see this midfielder, he's had to go right back to his keeper. From here, striker's pushed up, I've pushed in behind. I'm not that worried about defending too much. That's up to the wingers and the goalkeeper. I'm going to get a little deeper here, just in front of their central defensive midfielder. There you go, I've spun off, gone into space. I'm now the farthest man up the pitch because their striker had fallen asleep. You see, he made the run that I was going to make. I'm now pulling that guy across. There you go, I've gone for the cut back in space. Seen the man at the back stick. Unlucky that time. But that's all because I drifted, I accelerated with a bit of sprint into the space, found the space, and then came off it. Their centre forward this guy is playing very deep. So you can see the other winger is trying to sit in the space that I'm sitting in because he wants to get on the ball. He's frustrated already. You see that's why he's running back and he's miles out of position. He's now left that side of the pitch massively open. That's the other side of positioning is really important. I've just gone between the two centre midfielders. Got a striker who's gone wide, so that'll probably be what Tange does. You've got another one making a run in the middle. There you go, I've made the late run in, and I'm challenging the keeper for the ball. So as soon as it went out wide, I smashed on the sprint button to try and get into the box. So I was like, I know where they want to get it. I'm going to try and get into a position where I can then help my team. Here, I'm going to make a run down out wide. It's now not worth it. I cut the run back there. Rather than keep sprinting, I knew I'd be offside if I did. Came off the sprint button, slowed myself down. On the way back as well, I'm never sprinting back, I'm only ever jogging. I don't see the point in sprinting back, all it's going to do is waste my stamina. Here, don't need to sprint, I'm just going to, there you go, float in the space in behind. I didn't even run then, I just stopped and tried to play the pass. That's exactly what you want to do. It didn't work, probably because the striker's positioning wasn't brilliant. That and the pass wasn't great from me either, which is fair enough, I'll hold my hands up to that. But that's the position you want to be in, you're just floating in those pockets of space. Here again, defensively, I'm just marking the man in front of me, making sure they can't get the ball to him. They get it off to him and play a first-time pass, but the team then closes it down. Here, straight into me. I use the right stick to spin immediately. I haven't even sprinted. I'm just letting my teammates make the runs in front of me, and I held L1 triangle to try and play the ball over the top. Didn't come off because he wasn't quite in the right position. I'd gone a little too early with my pass. Here again, get in front of my man, ball side, I'm in the space, I'm floating, I'm quite onside, only just. He can't find me because of the defender. I've taken too long to get into position where I should have been, which was just a little bit deeper to try and find a passing lane. Here, defensively, I'm cutting out the passing lanes. I'm in between the striker. The striker's kind of in my way. He shouldn't really be that deep. Here again, I've ended up in front of the striker because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's playing the position really poorly. So I'm almost playing like an auxiliary centre forward. Defensively, I'm dropping in about here. You don't really want to be any deeper than this sort of position.
Well, the flag has gone up here.
The centre forward should be nowhere near as deep as me. Here again, I've now spotted the lane down the alley to make the run. I'm out wide. No one wants to take advantage of it, so I've had to come back and stick out wide though, just in case. Wrong pass. And there, defensively, I'd stuck with the centre half to make sure I cover the space. I go back to my position in the middle and almost get the interception there too. Defensively again, the centre forward is now in front of me. I'm taking my time getting back. I don't need to worry too much about being defensive. Here is more than defensive enough. I'm towards the ball side of the pitch as well, so that when we get the ball back, I can provide the option to counter here. See, look at the space I'm floating in. It's 5-10 yards of it. He's made a good move. I've sprinted into this space here. I've come off sprint just so I can slow it down. I've now stopped. I'm looking at my options. I'm sprinting here for a bit of space. Got him in space. He should have finished. Poor finish. Here, edge of the box. Took me time. Used my right stick to flick it around a little. Took me time and just picked a pass. Slowed it right down.
Crossing possibilities.
Here, I'm out wide if he needs. Didn't go for the overlap. Fair enough. That's a Ben type tackle from the AI. Here, I don't need to mark that short man. That's on the
be careful now. That was a silly challenge.
The striker. He should have marked him. I was marking the men in the midfield. That's where I should have dipped into. Here again, don't need to go too defensive. It's not worth me spending the stamina. You look, we've played 34 minutes, and look how much stamina I've got left. Here, use the right stick to turn, and just come back and go backwards.
So far. There just hasn't been enough guile.
My teammates won't love it because everyone wants to go forward all the time. It's got into space. I'm now in space in the middle bit here. There you go. He's tucked it in beautifully. Good finish. That's a kind of greedy finish, tangible pickup. However, if you'd noticed, I sprinted into the box there just as he was out wide. I wanted to be on the penalty spot, roughly-ish, when he was hitting his shot.
Well, here it is again.
I don't want to be stationary standing there, but I want to sprint into that space so that if it comes off the post, off the goalkeeper, I'm there. I'm there for the tap-in. It's that bit of space in between the centre forwards. Here, I'm just standing in front of the man, making it harder for them to pass it around there. I don't care. I'm not going to bother defending that. Not my job. I'm walking back at this point. Don't need to sprint. Here, I'm off into space. They've not looked to see me. Here, I'm going to drop in. I'm just going to play behind the play a little bit. I don't need to be up with it. There's now a gaping hole right behind the striker that I'm going to sprint into. There you go. It's ended up being an own goal. If it hadn't been an own goal and that defender had cleared it, it would have just come straight out to you on the edge of the box.
Well, here's simple the replay, and what a well-delivered cross this is. Perfectly placed, but the finish is far too
Here again, I'm jogging into the centre. I'm getting my position back immediately from the kick-off, just to mark that centre forward. That player in that hole who's playing in behind me, just so that then the defenders can't go to him immediately. You don't need to sprint in that position. I'm not sprinting at all. I'm just jogging around. There, I was probably a bit too high. And, switched off and wasn't paying attention. Here, I've seen that man who's going. I don't need to mark him because the other two's got him. The one who then came in behind him, as soon as he came in behind, I switched on and picked him up from the corner. I've got the man at the back stick. I can see him. I'm making sure I've got him marked. I'm 5 yards in front of him because I know I'm not as fast as him, so he can out-sprint me. They've gone for it. Bang, there we go. I've got it away. Because I've given myself 5 yards, defensively, I can sprint into that 5-yard gap and then jump and attack the ball. I'm bigger than him. I'm always going to beat him in the air. I just hit the circle button to clear it away. And the other side of giving that little bit of a gap defensively as well is it means that you're not going to get roasted by that instant acceleration that a lot of players have. If you look at the player stamina here, look how much stamina I've got left. It's an absolute ton compared to everybody else on the team. You can see those faint little green lines. All the other control players are way off the pace there. They're all doing too much defensively. They shouldn't be. I'm not going to have enough time to look at the stats and what have you, am I? No, it's gone. Alright. Decent enough first half though, just by my positioning alone. Here from the kickoff, I'm going to get it immediately. I'm already looking. The bloke in the orange behind me is who I fancy. No, it's not gone to me. Fine, fair enough. It's gone to the orange man anyway. I'm now in space, some space. There we go, he's giving it to me. Yellow is over here. Pick out the yellow. He's going to come back inside. Down the bottom. He's getting in space. I'm here for the pass. Oh, I've given it away sloppily. There we go. I've worked into my position and I've won it back. So I just went back into the middle, got in between the two players. Here, I've seen him making a little run, just a little bit faster there to pick up that gap in between. Get caught with my man, that's fine. I'm now making a run because he's going out wide. The striker's also stupidly made exactly the same run, so I've had to come off that run. But it then means I ended up in that space there, and then defensively, they've now lobbed it straight out to where I am. I've closed that down, gone. That's on the central midfielder. He should have been marking his man better there. Here, defensively, I'm coming back, but I'm staying far enough forward. I've seen the striker making a run, the winger's making a run. I'm going to drift out onto the left, so I'm now the furthest forward. I was in a really good position. If he'd actually just gone over the top there, he could have played me in.
Untidy in possession.
Here again, I'm just holding my position. I'm not even sprinting, I'm just jogging around casually. There's no need for me to sprint into a position to help my team at that point. Here, I've dropped in, he's gone forward, the winger's there. I'm going to overlap the winger, because that's the smart thing to do. He's slowed down. There you go, I've dragged the defender off of the winger, giving him more time to play in. I'm now wide open at the back stick. He's not seen it because El Greedio'd it.
Top-notch piece of defensive judgment.
Now I'm going to float back inside, back to my position defensively. Not sprinting again, just jogging. Making them slow the play down, just by having my physical presence in the right position. Jogging back again, I'm no wider than the middle centre circle. That's lucky because the keeper was a bit of a shocker there. Here from the goal kick, I'm going to drift up and to the side where there's space, just in case the centre forward calls for it. El Greedo on the wing went for it and fucked it up. That's why wingers shouldn't call for goal kicks. There you go, El Greedo's got it again. Again, the centre forward's absolutely clueless. I've ended up in the space. Here you go again, in the space. That's not where I wanted that at all. I wanted it to miss a yellow, but alright, whatever. But again, I'm helping my team out. I'm floating into space. Here, defensively, I see these two players. I've kind of got both. I've let him go because I'm like, whatever, that should be that orange one. There you go, he's seen it and picked it up. He's got it clear. I'm no deeper than I should have been. I'm here in the space. He's not going to pass to me because he doesn't fancy me at the moment. It's like he keeps giving the ball away. That's fine. I'm just going to float off the centre forward. There you go. Now I'm attacking the near post with a bit of pace. He should have crossed. Didn't want to. Here, drifted into space. I'm going to have a dig. It's well wide, but there I just used the right stick just a little as it came into me. I pushed the right stick in the direction I wanted to go, so I did that little neat turn. That's what the skill dribbler will give you. There, he's giving that away poorly and he's got frustrated because he feels he's not getting the support from me. Dropping in to win the ball back. Don't give a shit. It's not my job, mate. Here we go again. Round the back and a number 6 there. I'm now making a run, sprinting out wide. Still out wide. Don't want me. Fair enough. I'm coming back. I'm now sitting in that hole just here. If the winger needs. No, he's not gone for it. He's lost it. But then drifting back inside. You see the number 8. He's the real danger man because the number 4's not picked him up. I don't care about that. What I want is the one who's here. But I've just gone and picked up. There we go. We've won it back. He's got some space. That's a shocking pass. It's probably because they're all low on stamina. Their passing's all crap. Here, you just let him dance around with it. He's then got pressured in between me and the centre forward. I'm making the run. That's not a very good ball. He should have put it into my feet. He should have put it into my feet and let me go there. Just a little bit of sprinting because I'm a little bit out of position because I didn't want to sprint back. I didn't see the point.
Slipshod passing.
That's an interesting one from the AI. Here, defensively, I don't care about sprinting back. I'm just going to jog back. What I'm actually going to do is just jog a little faster. So I'm just in front of the ref. Terrible touch from our number 7 there. Comes off into space. The striker's way too deep at this point. I shouldn't be playing parallel to him.
Individual brilliance.
He's done well there. He should go wide. Took too long over it.
Oh, that's a really good
But here, immediately, we've got the throw in. I'm pushing towards the ball.
Well, on the cusp of the final whistle, and the home side really prospering.
There we go. That's just where I want it in that position. Now I'm sprinting.
Yeah, this has been a
should have played it a little faster.
Really sharp going forward,
it's a bit irritating,
and they've shown a lot of energy. They'll certainly be pleased with their overall display up to now.
Here, jogging back. Don't need to run back. I look at my little mini-map and I'm like, oh, no one's really around here from attacking position for them. He's got 4 around him. Giving the ball away.
Magnificent defending.
Here again, I'm drifting forward. I'm actually the furthest player up the pitch at this point. I'm now making the run out to the right because that's where the space was. He didn't see it or want it. What I'm now going to do is actually I've got caught in that defender. That's a pain in the arse. I'm now going to drift into this space here. There we go. Held off my man with the L2 button, and that's really annoying that that pass didn't come off.
Maya.
Yeah, there's no way that defender actually probably should have got a tell on that. Defensively, again, I'm just marking the number 7, making sure they haven't got an easy out.
And he read it well, intercepting it.
Here, I've just dropped in. I've now gone in between their 2 players, so I've completely disappeared into that hole of space. He shouldn't really have gone for the forward there. He probably should have laid it off to me. Here again, I'm in the middle. He doesn't want it because he's El Grido.
And there it is, the final whistle, and the fans will be leaving.
A lot of that was just on the other players playing poorly around me. I didn't do enough with the ball that I should have done, but that's the kind of positions you want to get in. You want to float in those little spaces in between the defender and centre-back because it gives us that option to play off of that. If I just get rid of those screens, we don't need to look at that. If I have a look at player performance, I probably gave the ball away a ton. So, no goals, no assists, 1 shot of the 5, 8% shot accuracy, 11 passes, pass accuracy 36%. That's pretty pathetic, to be honest. It should be a much higher than that. Dribbles 14, dribble success rate 86%. That's where it's a bit better. A lot of that was a much harder team to play in than we would be because there's a lot more pace around, whereas this build doesn't have as much pace. You can see from the heat map, they're the areas that you want to be in. You're just kind of floating in the middle, but it should be sort of a big green chunk anywhere in that middle top half of the pitch, just for you to pick up the right types of balls. A lot of my balls, you'll see there's a couple of green ones there that are on the halfway line that are just playing the ball backwards, but it's all those sorts of positions you just want to float into and then sort of be playing the pass. You can look back, you can look forwards. Some of that was players not making the run properly, which you'll get a lot. Some of that was poor passing from me or poor passing from FIFA. Some of it was just the defenders being overly powered, especially that one right at the end where it looked like I had a 5-yard gap to play the ball and the defender like jumped and then was like whoop and stuck a toe out and got it on it, and I was a little bit annoyed about that. That one definitely should have gone through, but it's whatever. So yeah, they're the basics for kind of playing the cam position. The idea is to look for space, barely sprint, don't stop moving, jog around a lot. If you're moving slowly into space, especially in attacking positions, you'll see the forwards sprinting into it. Fine, let them sprint into it. That's going to open up a massive, great big chasm. You saw it 3 or 4 times. If you go back and watch the footage, there's massive holes on the edge of the box where the defenders step back to deal with the strikers. They're following their runs. That leaves you the room to either operate in that section or, alternatively, like I was doing, you make the overlapping run past the winger. You can go out wide. So if for example, you notice on the right-hand side, Scott's really struggling to get the ball past his man, or he's always starting 2 yards deeper than him, then make the run diagonally from your starting position in the middle across and go in between the centre-back and the right-back or left-back or whichever side it is. That will then, in turn, it will drag either the centre-half out, which means that then Walker or Tange is unmarked, or if they then adjust, So if the defence slides over in a back four, Scott's taken out the left back or right back already. You make the diagonal run across, going up in behind past the centre back, the defender, out to the wing, if you like. Scott then plays the ball out to you, nice little through ball. Then you can then cross. At that point, the centre halves should have split, so you should either have a little tap of the cross to get it to Walker at the near post. This is if you're doing it off the right, or a longer hold, and you have Tange at the back post. And in an ideal scenario, just behind that, you'd have me coming in at the back stick, or vice versa if it works from the other side. You know, if I'm the one crossing in, or if you're the one who's overlapping me. That's kind of the basics of how that works. Or the alternative to that is, if we're not struggling to beat our man defensively, then we'll be drawing that right back out to that side. The defenders are all going to be sitting on top of their men. Don't look to run into the box and, you know, trying and join in on top of the strikers. Give them the space to operate. Operate in what space you can find in between the defenders. I mean, I guess it changes, it varies depending on what formations other teams are playing and what have you. But that's a whole other thing that basically the core fundamental of finding that little pocket of space, knowing when to sprint, not to sprint. 90% of the time, when the ball was coming into me, I wasn't looking to sprint immediately. In fact, I probably wasn't. Probably wasn't even holding the sprint button. I was probably just, ball comes in, I take it, I'll turn, I'll look for a passing option first. There was at least one example there, which is a prime example of what you should be doing, where the ball comes into you, I didn't even move. The ball came in, I took it, I turned around, I had a look, and I was like, oh, there's a player making a run over there. I'm not even going to run forwards. I'm just going to pass to try and open it up straight to him. It was a bad pass from me. A better pass there, and then I've played him in. Pure and simple. And that's one thing that you need to just get the game experience to be able to see those passing lanes and what have you. And it will come in time. But yeah, first things first. Focus on looking for the space like we showed, and not sprinting. Learn to you've got to relax into the role and play it very chill, I think, when you're playing a cam, because you'll play better playing that way, personally. But yes, anyway, that's the end of this video. The next one I'll either do CDM or I'll do the big man striker, because they're kind of the other two positions that we need to focus in and show examples of how you can play those positions. So I'll do that later today. But I'll send this video over to you to watch anyway. And you've got the build in the other video, which hopefully I'm going to crop down, so it's not 20 minutes of me sitting there doing fuck all. Anyway, hopefully it helps. Let me know.